Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BIU. Sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră. Este important să înțelegem ce se întâmplă în Parlamentul European. Together with me here in Strasbourg is the spokesperson of the European Parliament, Delphine Colard. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you. Well, acting spokesperson.
Yeah. I know that you are an acting spokesperson. It's a very difficult situation now in the European Parliament. Everything it's beginning actually. The motors are starting to run in order to see how this new legislature will go. We are seeing when recording this talk show that a lot of persons are here in the European Parliament due to the fact that everything starts for the new European Commission. We've just heard the announcement of Ursula von der Leyen for the new Commission. Now it's your time, the European Parliament's time, to do the hearing, to do the whole procedure.
Indeed, we started in July the 10th term of the European Parliament. We had the members arriving, they constituted themselves and they elected their president, they elected the president of the Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. And of course, based on those guidelines, the Commission has been working on the composition. We just heard the president of the Commission outlining the composition that was there. After she had an exchange with the group leaders in the morning. It was an important moment also for the Parliament because President von der Leyen was invited to present the structure and the portfolios, to discuss it with the political group leaders, to make sure that also it aligns with the guidelines on the basis of which she has been elected. But of course, indeed, we are continuing this institutional sequence with the hearings, the confirmation hearings of the candidate commissioners, but we are also starting gradually to enter the legislative, the budgetary or the scrutiny work. Hearings are part of the scrutiny job of the European Parliament, of course.
We have seen in the last years a lot of things happening in the world in general. Not everything was known from the beginning. A lot of surprises came in the last mandate. Bad ones in general, like wars and a lot of problems. If we are discussing about a normal, let's say, legislature, what are the priorities for this parliament actually? Things to be continued and things to be put in place, in your opinion?
Well, as I said, the first is getting the work started, making sure that we have a college of commissioners that can start paving the way for the new proposals and legislation. That's really what is happening now with the confirmation hearings. It's a process that will start only when the Parliament receives all the necessary documentation, information, mission letters from the Commission. And this will allow the committees to start to dive into really content. And of course, we will also take up the work that has been, started in the 9th legislature to this legislature. So the files that could not be completed, finalized, will be revised by this new parliament. It's called the unfinished business. They will look into this unfinished business and see which files they want to continue in the committees or which files they would want the Commission to potentially revise while working. So this is a bit how procedurally we will proceed now. On the priorities, you've heard the plenary already in July. The first resolution was about the support to Ukraine. That was a main priority in the first resolution adopted this legislature. This will continue. But of course, if you see the agenda of this week, you can also already see what are the priorities also animating the members that got elected. We have the competitiveness because of the debate with Mario Draghi that just presented a report. We have the energy union. We have also foreign relations. We have a climate situation with the floods in Central and Eastern Europe and the consequences for the populations. So many of what is happening in the world, much of what's happening in the world is basically also has a direct impact on the agenda of the Parliament.
Let's see some images from Romania in terms of floods and difficult situations that we've had in our country.
Drama prin care trec locuitorii comunelor gălățene afectate de inundații este greu de exprimat în cuvinte. În mai puțin de câteva ore, viiturile au distrus complet satele. Vorbim despre sute de case afectate în proporție de aproape 100%, gospodării din care, în cele mai fericite dintre cazuri, oamenii abia au reușit să-și salveze medicamente medicamentele și 2-3 haine mai groase.
Ușa asta am pus noi de formă, era... Deci în 2013 a fost până aici, în 2016 până aici.
Ploile abundente au făcut ca puhoaiele de apă să crească foarte rapid, astfel că localnicii au încercat să fugă cât mai repede din calea inundațiilor.
Am dat drumul la geam, că era să mănec dincolo în partea ailantă. A venit apa pe geam până aici, am mai țăpat la pompieri, n-au apetat că nu poate să intre, pe urmă noroc de băiat că a sunat de a venit cu barca și m-a scos de acolo.
Apa a ajuns, iată, se vede pe această urmă, a ajuns la acest nivel, mai bine de 2 metri în înălțime. Așa arată pereții acestei locuințe care au fost pur și simplu smulși de puterea viiturii.
Sara de inundații a strigat ajutor, ajutor, dar de unică dacă apa era pe la mine la gât. L-a luat cu tot, cu modul și l-a dus tot în Valea Adânc.
Acum, la timp, nu. Păi un să fie la atâta potop de apă cât a fost. Cine garantează viața aici?
Așa arată unul din corpurile școlii Elena Negri din comuna Costache Negri. Ușile au fost smulse de apă, au fost aduși în interior mai mulți bușteni.
Așa arată holurile școlii gimnaziale Emil Panaitescu din Cudalb și cu greu pot înainta aici.
În județul Vaslui, în zona Berezen, drumul este cufundat în ape. Imaginile dezastrului surprind oameni care încearcă să traverseze o fostă pășune, acum complet scufundată. 3 sate au rămas izolate.
Nu se poate.
E cam blocat.
E cam blocat, trebuie să ajung cu pâine și nu pot să ajung. Cel puțin o oră, 2, nu cred că scade apa.
În nordul Moldovei, viitura a afectat 2500 de kilometri de străzi și drumuri. Apa a ajuns până în dormitoarele vasluienilor, măturând tot în calea ei.
Ajutor n-am de nicăieri, nici din dreapta, nici din stânga. Primăria au venit, s-au uitat, au plecat. Pompierii au scos 2 ore apa, acum au venit înapoi. Au venit apa și din dreapta și din stânga. M-au prins la mijloc, camerele sunt toate praf, nici patul la fel îi ud până la brâu, până asta, plapuma tot. Stau și eu ca asupra la mila lui Dumnezeu.
Deocamdată le scoatem afară cu toate. Ce urmă ce om face?
Păi asta întreb, ce faceți după aceea?
Nu știu.
So events like this are that happened in member states. I just gave the example of Romania, but we've seen also in Austria or in Poland situations, difficult situations for people and for the whole country are always discussed, debated here at the European level, and in general some money are found in order to help the states that are in a difficult situation.
Well, of course, the Commission has a possibility to move on the support to the member states on civil protection mechanisms or activating support in kind or in money. But
actually, that's the idea of the European Union.
That's the idea of the European Union. It's this solidarity in action. But it is also important that those events are discussed immediately in the plenary. That's also the reason that the agenda was changed, and to make sure that the main debate of this plenary focuses on the floods and the terrible consequences for the populations, and to see what the EU can put together to support directly the regions affected and the recovery in a way. So this will be the case, and there will be a resolution also adopted on Thursday to encourage the Commission, guide the Commission in its action.